Okay guys, today I would like to show you how the Condemn build works. So let's get started. First of all, I would like to tell you that this is not the best geared character. This video is only to show you how the Condemn build works. I will go with you through skills, gear and paragon points. I will also try to explain mechanics behind my choices and at the end tell you something about legendary gems for this build. This Crusader has a very high cooldown reduction stats, but relatively low DPS. The basic of this build is similar to the Blizzard idea of building characters. If you find a legendary item or two, you can make entire build around it. In this case, the primary item is the new season legendary shield. This shield removes 15-second cooldown on Condemn into property with very low cooldown at cost of 40 wrath. So, if you have a lot of wrath to spend, you can spam this ability. In this build, Condemn is the main wrath spender and the main damage dealing spell. Because I am moving fast through the content, I have chosen Unleashed Run, which has the same damage as the rest of the runs, but you don't have to wait 3 seconds before Condemn explosion as it unleashes instantly. The other interesting choice for this skill is Vacuum, which sucks enemies in, but as I've mentioned before, you have to wait 3 seconds before Condemn explosion. You may notice that my shield has also reduced cooldown. Second very important item for this build is Blade of Prophecy. Unfortunately, its ability, Condemned enemies also trigger Condemn explosion, is nerfed for some quite time now. Not all targets that are in the Condemn explosion range are being affected. To be exact, Condemn explosion that come from this blade is casted only on 2 additional targets. This means 3 Condemns in 1 attack total. Condemn explosion doesn't do a chain reaction through mobs, so 1 attack equals 1 primary cast of Condemn and max 2 of additional Condemn explosions from blade. Of course, if mobs are in range. Although this blade has been nerfed, I still prefer 3 attacks instead of just 1. My blade is the medium one. Try to look for one with highest possible DPS, no socket, 10% cooldown reduction, high strength, 10% damage. Always prefer 10% damage rather than attack speed. More than 3.75k is possible here. So that's the basic about those 2 items. But at cost of 40 wrath, we would be able to cast it only twice. In order to cast it more, we need to reduce its cost somehow. It is possible to go simply with cost reduction items and skills. But in my opinion, it is better to go with skills and aggregate their abilities by items. All done thanks to the Akkarat set and high cooldown reduction. So now I will try to explain how it works. First of all, if you have 4 pieces Akkarat set or 3 pieces with Ring of Royal Grandeur, it gives you a bonus, reduce the cost of all abilities by 50% while Akkarat Champion is active. This means that while Akkarat Champion is active, the cost of our Condemn drops from 40 to 20. Of course, other abilities also cost 50% less, but Akkarat Champion with 90-second cooldown lasts only 20 seconds, and there is no run to extend this time. However, if we get 6-piece Akkarat set, the cooldown of Akkarat Champion will go down to 45 seconds. So 20 of 45 seconds. In this time we will have 50% lesser skill cost, and don't forget other Akkarat Champion bonuses, like 35% increased damage, additional 5 points per second RAF regeneration, and what isn't stated in the description, you are immune to control impairing effect like Jailer or Frozen. And that's all, even without runes. As for the rune, I've chosen Prophet to have better survivability in greater rifts and cheat death effect. If you are lacking Wrath, you can go with Embodiment of Power, which will give you increased generation of Wrath to total 10 points while Akkarat champion is active. So, we got 20 out of 35 seconds while we are in this Akkarat mode. Using items with cooldown reduction and cooldown reduction from Paragon points, we can have permanent Akkarat champion active. In order to have permanent Akkarat champion active, we need to achieve more than about 57.5% cooldown reduction. As you can see, I switched the gear to show you that. Remember, the cooldown reduction isn't additive. This means that 10% cooldown reduction from Paragon points and 25% from Helm doesn't add up to 35%. If you don't know how the cooldown reduction works, check my other video on this subject. And that's all there is to basics of this build. Depending on which runes of Akkarat champion you will use, what items you will have, or if you have a Templar at your side with Wrath regen skill, you may or may not struggle with lack of Wrath. So all other skills are optional. Use Provoke to generate Wrath. In my case, Provoke with Rune, which will give me 50% weapon damage as lighting. Laws of Valor will give me and my group increased attack speed, but more interesting are the runes here. Unstoppable Force, while active, will reduce the cost of all skills by 50% for 5 seconds. That combined with the Akkarat champion Wrath regeneration and reduces cost of skills will make it almost impossible to burn out of Wrath. Using passive Long Arm of the Law, you can extend this time to 10 seconds. Laws of Valor can be used with Rune Critical, like in my case, where my character suffers from low critical hit damage. I use Steed Charge to run faster between groups of mobs or to escape from danger. The rune choice here is up to you. For my primary attack and Wrath generator, I used Punish, and thanks to this belt I gain all of the runes. You may want to switch here to another skill, like Slash with Zeal, or if you have achieved low cost of skills and have high amount of Wrath regen, you may even use skill that costs Wrath and still do a constant amount of damage. Other possibility is a Shield Glare with Divine Verdict for 20% more damage. Let's talk about passives. Heavenly Strength. No need to explain, it's a must. You are running two-handed blade of prophecy and a shield. No skill, no build, simple as that. Holy Chaos. Increases damage by 10% and, in addition, small healing power when using holy powered skills. Indestructible. Second chance spell. Invulnerability for 5 seconds. But remember that in this time you have to restore your life. Very good skill for high level rifts. combined with Akkarat Champion Prophet, will give you 3 lives total. Finally, 1.5% more strength for every socketed gem, including legendary gems. I have 10 gems, so it's 15% more strength. Long Arm of the Law works as I said before. So, let's check rest of the interesting gear. Leoric Crown. This is awesome items. It gives me almost 25% cooldown reduction. It's the first that I found, and I didn't found better ones since the beginning of the season. 5-piece Akkarat set. And rings. Rings are crap. Both have attack speed, which I would exchange for other stat, but both have a socket. I will tell you about legendary gems in a few moments. But back to rings. Ring of Royal Grandeur reduces number of set pieces needed by 1. So 5-piece set work as a 6-piece. 2-piece Blackthorn, which is an option here, works like 3-piece set. Focus ring has a 8% cooldown reduction. I will replace this ring with another if I find better Akan shoulders with high strength, high width, condemn damage increase property and 8% cooldown reduction. You can also find condemn damage increase property in Akan chest armor. If you're still lacking with Wrath region, you can use Reaper's Wrap. It will give you up to 30% Wrath after picking a health globe. Because I'm casual player, I work from 9 to 5, have a family and a wife, I had time only for making about 20 Hellfire amulets. And this is the best that I crafted. It has rolled socket and the cooldown reduction. Also something to search for upgrade. And the final parts, the legendary gems. The legendary gems are awesome. At the current state of my knowledge, I see 6 of them possible in this build. Bane of Powerful, which give you 20% increased damage for 30 seconds, plus 1 second for each level. At rank 25, it increases damage to elite by 15%. Mine give me more than a minute of increased damage, which is enough time between killing elite packs. Funny thing is that if you kill an illusion of the golden pack elite leader, ability refreshes. 15% permanent damage against elites, no need to explain. Mighty Knife. 15% chance to smite enemy. At rank 40 doing 3600 holy damage. 40% damage for every rank. From rank 25 you get an extra free attack every 5 seconds. Gogok of Swiftness. Attack speed up to 15%, which is easy to maintain. And up to 15% cooldown reduction. So if you go through content quickly, you can relatively easy maintain it and you will not require as many cooldown reduction items in your setup. These gems illustrate how powerful they are. For one property lost, socket, you gain at rank 25 2 awesome properties. Imagine amulet with 10% crit chance, 10% crit damage, 750 points of main stat, 15% attack speed and 15% cooldown reduction. The 4th gem worth of mentioning is Bane of. It is great if you cast any control impairing effect skills, like for example Shield Glare. My friend has it leveled up to rank 44, which gives him additional 28.2% damage. Of course, this item has also secondary bonus. And 2 more in my case for farming gold. Boon of the Hoarder, the only gem that you can find only by killing the boss in the vault. Percent chance of eruption gold increases with every upgrade. If you are lacking gold, use it. Small pack will give you about 100,000 to more than 500,000 of gold. Combined with gold drop belt makes you almost immortal in T6 games. Imagine 500,000 of an armor. Toughness will be counted in billions. Remember, this gem doesn't work in greater rifts, so no immortality here. Rev of Lighting is also fun to play. If you have any questions, see mistakes, or want to propose any modification to my build, please comment down below. If you like, check my other videos. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.